The world is shifting, and so are the people in it. You've noticed it. The tension in the air, the way some eyes linger too long, sizing you up, unsettled by something they can't quite name. It's not that you've changed. No, you're more yourself than ever, comfortable, confident, standing firm in who you are. And that's the problem. Because in an era where insecurity breeds control and masks are slipping faster than ever, your unwavering presence is triggering something dangerous in certain people, a quiet storm of envy, frustration, and unspoken rage. They don't understand how you move without fear, how you refuse to fold under pressure. And when people can't control you, when they can't shake your foundation, something dark begins to surface in them, something psychopathic. Your confidence is a mirror. It reflects back everything people refuse to confront within themselves. When you walk into a room, standing firm in your identity, there are those who feel inspired, but then there are others who feel exposed. Your growth, your success, your unshakable presence highlight their stagnation, their lack of self-awareness, their unresolved wounds. And that breeds resentment. People who are not aligned with their higher selves don't see your strength as motivation. They see it as a threat. Instead of working on themselves, they project their insecurities onto you. Jealousy creeps in, disguised as passive-aggressive comments, subtle jabs, or even outright hostility. They want to diminish you, to break you down, because your existence alone reminds them of everything they are not. Some will attempt to control you through manipulation, convincing you that you're too much, too confident, too sure of yourself. Others will try to compete with you in secret, watching your every move, hoping to find a flaw they can exploit. But at the core of it all, their reaction isn't really about you. It's about them, their unhealed wounds, their fear of facing their own shadows. And nothing terrifies them more than someone who refuses to be controlled by that same fear. The signs of their discomfort are always there. You just have to pay attention. Hyper-paranoid behavior, obsessive watching, the sudden shift in their tone when they speak to you. Some people will start to mimic you, stealing your words, your style, your presence, trying to absorb what they cannot naturally possess. Others will go the opposite route, attempting to sabotage you, spreading rumors, twisting your words, hoping to dim your light just enough to make themselves feel comfortable again. Watch for the way people react when you win. Do they celebrate with you, or do they grow silent, uncomfortable, resentful? Do they find ways to downplay your success, to remind you of your flaws, to make sure you never feel too good about yourself? Jealousy is a disease, and those who refuse to heal from it will always look for ways to infect others with their bitterness. Some will project their own guilt and shame onto you, trying to convince you that you are the problem. They'll twist your kindness into weakness, your boundaries into selfishness, your confidence into arrogance. This is how the insecure operate, by attempting to manipulate reality itself. But the truth always reveals itself. And if you've been paying attention, you already see them for exactly what they are. You've done the work, the kind of work most people run from. You've faced your demons, sat with your pain, confronted your insecurities, and emerged stronger. You no longer seek validation because you validate yourself. You don't chase approval because you approve of yourself. And that's rare. People who refuse to do the inner work cannot comprehend how you move through life with such ease. They don't understand how you remain unshaken when criticized, how you stand tall when others try to break you down. They assume you must be faking it because they can't fathom what true self-assurance feels like. But your confidence is not an illusion. It's the result of battles they never witnessed, scars they'll never understand, and healing they weren't willing to endure. This is why they're triggered. Your presence reminds them of the work they've avoided. It reminds them that they too could be free, if only they were willing to confront their own darkness. But instead of growing, they choose to resent those who already have. The world will try to shrink you. People will attempt to gaslight you into believing you're the problem, that your confidence is arrogance, that your self-love is selfishness. They will poke, prod, and provoke, hoping to shake your foundation. But you refuse to break. You do not dim your light to make others comfortable. You do not conform to expectations that do not align with your soul. And when they try to manipulate you, when they twist your words, when they attempt to rewrite your reality, you remain unmoved, because you know who you are. They will test you. They will try to make you doubt yourself, to second-guess your intuition, to shrink in the face of their insecurities. But you have already seen through the illusion. You do not owe them your smallness. You do not owe them your compliance. Your peace is your power, and no one, not a single soul, can take that away from you. Your energy is different, and people can feel it before you even say a word. You don't just walk into a room, you shift the entire atmosphere. Some people are drawn to it, inspired by it. Others, they feel exposed, unsettled, even threatened, because your energy is a frequency they cannot fake, a vibration they cannot match. Those who operate on lower frequencies feel it the most. They sense something in you that they lack: clarity, purpose, divine alignment. And instead of rising to meet that energy, they try to pull you down to their level. They'll challenge you, test you, provoke you, all in an attempt to see if they can disrupt your peace. But here's what they don't understand. Your discernment is sharp. You see through people before they even open their mouths. You pick up on the subtle shifts in their energy, the hesitation in their words, the unspoken envy behind their smiles. You know who is genuine and who is pretending. And no matter how well they disguise their intentions, they can never deceive the one who sees through illusion. You don't just listen to what people say, you hear the truth behind their words. You don't just observe their actions, you recognize the intention driving them. Your heightened awareness allows you to see through masks, to read between the lines, to detect deception before it even manifests. This makes some people nervous. They don't like the fact that they can't lie to you, that they can't manipulate you the way they do others. It frustrates them that you remain unfazed by their tactics, that you refuse to fall for their games. They will try to make you doubt yourself. They will call you paranoid, accuse you of overthinking, try to gaslight you into believing you're imagining things. But deep down, they know the truth. You see them for who they really are. And that terrifies them. Drop a comment. They can't deceive me if your discernment is sharp. So you trust yourself. You trust your intuition, your gut instincts, your ability to sense what others cannot. You do not second-guess your knowing, because it has never led you astray. And no matter how much they try to convince you otherwise, one fact remains: you are not crazy. You are just awake. When people realize they can't control you, they become obsessed with trying. They study you, mimic you, watch your every move as if decoding a puzzle they'll never solve. It starts subtly: a lingering gaze, an unnecessary comment, a sudden interest in the things you do. But over time, their fascination turns into something darker. They can't stand that you move through life unaffected by their presence, so they work overtime to insert themselves into your world. They create false narratives, rewrite history, and attempt to manipulate how others perceive you. Their goal isn't just to stop you, it's to own a piece of you, to keep you under their watch, to make sure you never outshine them. The ones who can't handle your success will do everything in their power to diminish it. They'll belittle your achievements, question your intentions, and spread subtle doubts in the minds of those around you. Because in their minds, if they can't rise, neither should you. When envy and obsession fail, they resort to manipulation. They try to make you doubt yourself, to second-guess your own power. They'll twist your words, misinterpret your actions, and make you feel guilty for simply existing as your true self. They will accuse you of arrogance when you're simply confident. They'll call you selfish for having boundaries. They'll act like the victim when they were the ones who started the fire. And when you finally stand up for yourself, they'll say, "See, I told you they were the problem." They are committed to misunderstanding you, because the truth is too painful for them to face. If they were honest with themselves, they'd have to admit that their bitterness isn't about you. It's about their own failure to evolve. But instead of self-reflection, they choose projection. Instead of growth, they choose destruction. But here's the thing, their perception of you is not your responsibility. Their inability to handle your light is not your burden to carry. And no matter how much they try to distort reality, you remain unshaken because you know the truth, and that is something they will never be able to take from you. And now, let us take a brief moment to honor the chosen among us. Here's to the ones who see the world differently. The silent guardians, the watchful souls, always awake, always vigilant. They don't fit the mold, and they wouldn't have it any other way. While others walk familiar paths, they forge their own, fighting unseen battles, illuminating the shadows. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. But if you feel it deep within, you'll know this is meant for you. No masks, no pretense, just truth. The Obsidian Inner Order is here, a place where kindred spirits gather to share wisdom, to connect, to transform. Over 450 strong, united not by conformity, but by purpose. If you're ready, you know where to find us. The link is in the description. If not, that's perfectly fine, because we're always here, watching over, making a difference in ways unseen. Here's to those who walk their own path, not for recognition, but because it's who they are. Here's to you. Thank you. You have bigger things to focus on, your goals, your dreams, your evolution. You do not have time to entertain pettiness, to engage in meaningless drama, or to respond to those who seek to drain your energy. You know who you are, and because of that, you move differently. The people who obsess over you, they're stuck in cycles of comparison, distraction, and self-inflicted misery. They study your every move, hoping to find a crack in your confidence, a weakness they can exploit. But what they fail to realize is this: you are too focused on building your future to be concerned with their opinions. While they waste time plotting your downfall, you are rising. While they spread rumors, you are securing opportunities. While they sit in bitterness, you are elevating. And the best part? You don't even have to acknowledge them. The greatest revenge is success and silence. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone should be allowed in your space. You have learned that protecting your energy is a form of self-respect, and you refuse to entertain anyone who brings negativity into your life. This means cutting ties with those who refuse to celebrate your growth. This means distancing yourself from those who only show up when they need something from you. This means letting go of people who are committed to misunderstanding you, because no amount of explaining will make them see what they are determined to ignore. They will call you cold. They will accuse you of being distant, selfish, or ungrateful. But what they won't acknowledge is that they were never supporting you to begin with. They wanted proximity to your light, not because they valued you, but because they wanted to control it. And now that you've set boundaries, they no longer have access to the power they once tried to manipulate. So you walk away without hesitation. You let them talk. You let them misunderstand. Because at the end of the day, your peace is more valuable than their approval. And that is a lesson they will never learn. Everything you've endured, the silent betrayals, the relentless battles, the nights when doubt whispered in your ear, was never meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. While others took shortcuts, you took the long road. While they sought external validation, you built yourself from the inside out. And now, after years of perseverance, your moment has arrived. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is divine alignment. The doors that once seemed bolted shut are now swinging open without resistance. The very rooms you were once excluded from are now extending invitations. And the same people who underestimated you, they're forced to watch as you step fully into your power. You are entering a season of success, abundance, and recognition. But this time, you're not seeking permission. You're not asking to be seen. You are seen. The weight of your past struggles no longer holds you down. Instead, it propels you forward. The lessons you've learned, the resilience you've built, the wisdom you've gained, it all serves as the foundation of the empire you are creating. Your presence is no longer a question mark. It is a statement. You do not tiptoe around your greatness or dilute your energy to make others comfortable. You stand tall, unwavering, and unapologetically bold, because this is your moment, and you are ready. But with elevation comes exposure. The higher you rise, the more visible you become. And for some, your success is unbearable. The same people who dismissed you will now have endless opinions about you. They will pick apart your every move, waiting for the smallest misstep to use as proof that you don't deserve your success. They will talk. They will speculate. They will spread rumors, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your existence alone is a disruption to their comfort. They can't stand that you didn't stay in the box they built for you. They resent the fact that you refuse to be limited by their expectations. But here's what they don't understand. Their words have no power. Their opinions are irrelevant. While they waste time trying to pull you down, you continue to ascend. While they obsess over your every move, you remain focused on your purpose. The greatest response to hate is success. The most powerful revenge is indifference. You do not have to defend yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You do not have to explain yourself to those who refuse to see beyond their own insecurity. So you let them talk. You let them waste their energy. And you keep building. Because at the end of the day, their noise is just that, noise, and nothing will distract you from the destiny that is unfolding before you. You were never walking this path alone. Every setback, every betrayal, every hardship, you were guided through it all by something greater than yourself. The protection over your life is not ordinary. The way doors open for you, the way obstacles dissolve, the way you always find a way forward even when everything seems against you. That is not coincidence. That is divine intervention. There are forces watching over you, shielding you from harm, ensuring that no weapon formed against you prospers. The people who try to destroy you, who plot against you, who send negativity your way, none of them realize the consequences of their actions. Because when they move against you, they are moving against something far more powerful than they understand. Some call it karma, others call it divine justice. But the truth remains, those who attempt to harm a chosen one always pay the price. It may not be immediate, but it is inevitable. The universe has a way of balancing itself, and those who move with malice will always meet the consequences of their own energy. You are not weak. You are not lost, and you are not someone to be played with. This is the time to claim your space fully, to stand firm in your purpose without hesitation. The days of doubting yourself are over. The era of questioning your worth is done. You are exactly who you were meant to be, and you do not owe anyone an explanation for that. The people who tried to make you feel small, who made you second-guess your intuition, who attempted to control or diminish your power, they were terrified of what you would become. And now they have no choice but to watch. You do not need their approval. You do not need their validation. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. Your power is undeniable, and your rise is inevitable. Walk boldly. Speak your truth. Move with the confidence of someone who knows they are protected. Because you are. This is your time. No more waiting. No more shrinking. No more allowing the opinions of small-minded people to dictate how you live your life. You are stepping fully into your power, unbothered by the reactions of those who cannot handle your presence. You trust yourself. You trust your path. You trust that everything unfolding in your life is happening exactly as it should. There is no need to force, to chase, to prove yourself to anyone. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments will find you effortlessly. Let them misunderstand you. Let them talk. Let them watch from the sidelines as you rise, because you are no longer here to convince anyone of your worth. You are here to live, to grow, and to thrive, completely, unapologetically, and without fear. You do not hide who you are. You do not filter your existence to fit into someone else's expectations. You post what you want. You speak your truth. You live exactly as you were meant to, without hesitation, without shame, without restriction. Those who can't handle your authenticity were never meant to walk this path with you, and that's okay. You release them with love, but you do not lower yourself to meet them where they are, because where you are going, not everyone is meant to follow. You are no longer dimming your light. You are no longer explaining yourself. You are no longer waiting for permission. This is your life, and you are finally living it on your terms. Through every challenge, every betrayal, every moment of doubt, you remained unshaken. You refused to break, refused to conform, refused to be anything less than who you truly are. And for that, you deserve more than just recognition. You deserve celebration. Because staying true to yourself in a world that demands your submission is a victory in itself. Not everyone has the strength to walk this path. Not everyone has the resilience to rise above the envy, the manipulation, the attempts to break their spirit. But you were built for this. You've proven that nothing and no one can stop you. And as you step into your next season, know this: your best days are not behind you. They are just beginning. To every chosen one out there, stand firm, walk boldly, own your power without apology. The noise, the distractions, the negativity, it is all beneath you now. Focus on your growth, protect your energy, and trust that everything meant for you is already yours.